this man you're looking at on the screen makes $13.7 million every single year using this funnel you're looking at on the screen. Now, this funnel is one of the most complicated I've ever worked on, and I'm going to break down every single strategy he employs on this funnel. And I highly recommend this to the end because this is going to be full on A to Z walkthrough of exactly how he built this funnel. Now, let's get into the first here, which is his YouTube channel. And you're going to see on YouTube, he has about 117,000 subscribers right now with 762 videos. And his YouTube is very, very simple, actually. And it's mainly just long form content. And his YouTube bio, he has the newsletter that he runs. He has the course, and he also has the training as the main CTAs on his YouTube channel. I'm going to break down every single one of these as well. We have a video that's coming out separately that's going to break down the training landing page, the course landing page, and also the newsletter landing page. So you want to stay subscribed for that one. And also, if you don't know me, my name is Brilliance. I'm a landing page and funnel expert. And without further ado, let's get into it. So the YouTube is very simple. Basically, what he does is post long-form videos, as you can see here. So he posts about 2 to 3 times per week on YouTube. And basically, YouTube is just a middle of funnel strategy and also a top of funnel strategy because he makes videos that can go broad, that can go very, very broad to bring in people who are not in his ecosystem yet. And this is why YouTube is a very crucial, it's very important in his funnel because this is where he is likely going to get the most return because of the amount of retention that YouTube has and also the way YouTube is as a platform. People are way more invested when it comes to YouTube and they're less invested in other platforms. So YouTube, by order of magnitude, is way more important than all the other platforms combined. So it's basically 2 to 3 times per week, and also each one of his videos has a CTA to the training, and I'm going to break down every step that is involved after the training as well. But for now, let's go to the other platform. So on LinkedIn, his strategy is actually very simple as well. So Matt has a very, very unique way of making his posts, and most times his posts on LinkedIn are usually it's going to be a book, and on that book he's going to script out the message he's trying to pass across, and he's going to make a post. He's going to take a picture of that book and make the post, using that picture, right? And you can see on his LinkedIn here, like the strategy is really working, and he has about 716,000 followers on LinkedIn, and the main CTA there as well is the newsletter, like always. And I'm going to break down why the CTA on all of his socials are his newsletter, because that's where this actually gets very, very interesting, because not a lot of creators do this way, but he's driving all of his traffic from all of his socials. I think he should have about more than 3 million followers across socials, if not more, right? So, but we're going to break down the newsletter strategy in a second. So the next one you have here is Instagram, and you can see he has 872,000 followers on Instagram, and the CTA is still the newsletter. So there must be something up with this newsletter right here, and it's very simple the way he posts as well. So he makes value-based posts and reels, and this is something I highly recommend if you're running a YouTube channel, whatever the case might be, whether that's YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, whatever the case might be. You always want to make sure you're providing value to your audience, because the more value you can provide, the more your audience is going to feel indebted to you. So it's a very, very good strategy, and it's extremely important that you're always posting value-based content. And you can also mix in your lifestyle. Like it's going to be a mix of the two, but for the most part, it's going to be your value-based post. That's what you want to do. Now, let's go to the next one here, which is going to be his Twitter. And what he does is he posts value-based tweets and long forms 5 to 7 times per week. And most of them actually are long form posts or threads. And if you don't know what threads are basically a series of posts that are attached to one another. So this is a way of, putting together a post that's going to be kind of like a YouTube video, because now you are not limited by, a character limit of like 280 words per tweet, but you can actually make multiple tweets that relate to the same broad concept. So that's the strategy he uses for Twitter, and he posts 5 to 7 times per week. And if you look at his Twitter bio as well, we have the newsletter plugged in as the main CTA. That's the first CTA you're going to see once you land on his Twitter profile, which is very interesting, and I'm going to break that down in a second, so you want to make sure you don't miss that. The next one we have here is his TikTok, and you can see his TikTok here. He has about 146,000 followers, and he has 2.3 million likes. That's a huge amount of views, a huge amount of eyeballs on his content, and you can see as well we still have the newsletter as the main CTA. So he posts value-based TikToks 5 to 7 times per week. And most of these TikToks are basically, the way TikTok is built is that you have to make content that's relatable, but also that can provide value, especially if you're planning to sell something like an info product or maybe a consulting service or an agency. You want to make it relatable, but at the same time, pass across the message that you want using the video as well. So that's what you want to do with TikTok. And overall, if you're ranking all of these platforms, TikTok is always going to come last because of the kind of audience that's there. They're not necessarily there to bite something. They don't have high intent. But YouTube is, if you're building on YouTube, you're going to build an audience of people who are heavily invested in you. So you want to make sure you're focusing on YouTube and LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, before TikTok. So TikTok is like the last. If there's a tier, it's going to be the F tier. So and you can see here, basically, this is screenshots of his TikTok channel. And you can see the videos that he gets a lot of eyeballs. So now we're going to go into the next step. Now, what we're going to be breaking down now is the CTAs that he has for each of these platforms. And like I told you at the beginning of the video, most of his socials, like pretty much all of the socials, link to his newsletter page. And there's a reason why he does it this way, and that's because email is you have all of these platforms where you don't really own the audience, but when it comes to your newsletter, you actually own the list, and you can take the list wherever you want to. No one has control over it. No one can block you from sending to your list unless you get spammed or something, but no one is actually going to block you from sending to your list. And this is why he funnels every single person there. And because he has such a huge personal brand, people already know, like, and trust him. It makes it way easier for him to sell through a newsletter instead of trying to sell directly in the videos or whatever post he's making. So that makes it like a very, very important strategy in his funnel, because now he can have a direct point of contact with his audience instead of like selling directly the way most people do on social media, on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and all of these platforms. It makes it way easier for him to sell to them because he has a personal touch point, he has the email. And if you want to take it kind of one level deeper, like what you could do is employ SMS strategies, but it's not really going to work for something like an info product or consulting service. So that's why many people turn to email. So it's still going to work. So if you're looking at this email list, you can see he has a ton of emails. I'm actually subscribed to his list, even though I don't read them. I don't even know when I go subscribe. I just kind of go subscribe passively. But you can see he sends out 4 to 7 emails per week to his 171,000 subscribers. Just let that sink in. 171,000 people subscribe to his email list, right? And on average, good email list, if you have good emails and good subject lines, you should be getting at least 30% of people to open your emails, which is about 51,000 people. And every single one of his emails has a CTAs. And something that he does is that, and something I recommend every single person try, and if you're watching this video, I recommend you try it, is that, in every email, make sure you have your CTAs, because that's going to increase your chances of, selling more. I used to make this mistake when I was running my email list at the beginning. I didn't use it. I didn't have CTAs in most of my emails, and I probably missed out on a lot of revenue doing that. But right now I have CTAs in all of my emails, because at the end of the day, the reason you have the email list is so you can sell to people, right? And anybody who's going to be annoyed about you having CTAs in your emails is probably not someone you want to have in your list. So it's very important you have CTAs in every single one of your emails, and if someone unsubscribes because of that, they're probably not your ideal customer. Now, let's actually go into the CTAs. So you can see here the email CTAs that we have here. We have get the free system builder OS. Now, bear in mind, this is not the only way he words it. This CTAs can actually be named differently, but they all redirect to the same thing or stuff that is similar. So for this one, if you look at all of these emails, so let's look at this one, for example, the only 2 systems you need to make money on autopilot. In this particular email, if I'm not wrong, if you're subscribed to his email list, feel free to correct me. But he has this Notion document which is linked in, which is where this CTA redirects to, which I think is actually pretty smart. I haven't seen someone implement it like that, because now what it does is that it still doesn't redirect you to a page where you're going to directly buy something. It still gives you some more value up front, and then towards the end of the document, he has some more CTAs that are now going to sell you something, or that are going to prompt you to go buy his product or maybe schedule a call with his team. So you can see At the end of the email here, at the end of the Notion document here, we have PS. Whenever you're ready, there are 4 ways it can help you. So number 1, ready to grow your personal brand with an organic content engine to $1 million or more. Let's chat. And you can see his CTA here that I'm going to break down where it leads to in a minute, but just stick with me here. So number 2 you have here is his YouTube channel. So he's prompting you to subscribe to his YouTube channel, which is obviously where most of his traffic comes from. And also you can see here, you can book him as a keynote speaker, and also you can follow him on X and LinkedIn. So it's very important that you understand this. You always have to lead with value. You have to think about the person you're trying to sell. You have to think about them first before you go ahead to try to sell them something. I think it's very, very useful. And also, it's something that could be tested, right? There's a very, very high likelihood that he's already tested a Notion document with just direct selling. But if he has this in most of his emails with like value upfront, even though he's still providing value in the emails, if he has this with value upfront and selling at the end, which means it's probably working. So I think it's something that is worth looking into. So the next one we have here is the Apply for Founder OS Consult. And again, this is worded differently a lot of times. And you can see here it redirects to the training page. And on this training page, I have a YouTube video breaking that down. I'm not sure if it's going to be out before this one. It should be out before this one, but anyways, you can always watch that video on my channel. So what we have here is this page that has headline, standard landing page stuff, has a VSL with something he calls a content GPS. So basically, this VSL is going to sell them on the idea of his program, which is Founder OS. So it redirects to that, and I'm going to break down all of the steps involved after you click the CTA for the training, and I'm going to break that down in a second. So you can see here as well, we have a different type of CTA which promotes his personal brand OS and audience accelerator for the price of one. So it's basically giving you a one-time offer, and it's giving it to you in a bundle, and it still redirects you to this training page. This is a very, very important part of his funnel as well. I'm going to break down the steps after that one as well. So it's very interesting what you're going to see there. Now, before we go there, you're going to see that we also have a hard sell email. So I'm not sure how frequently he's sending out these hard sell emails, but all you need to understand is that if you have an email list or you have a social media audience, from time to time, I personally do once a week, you need to send out hard sell content to prompt your users or your prospects or your audience to buy something from you. Like it's a direct way of pitching your offer. And when you do this, it opens up a lot more doors for people to buy your stuff instead of like doing it in a soft way and not in a salesy way. Now, there are downsides to this as well, but that's when you overdo it. So you don't want to do it too much. You want to do it strategically. And this is why I do it personally once a week. Now, let's go to the qualification form here. So when you click on this page, there's a form that is going to load up. Actually, let me see if I can get the form. Okay, we can actually get the form now, but as you can see here, there's a form that you're going to fill out. And when you fill out the form, it's going to lead you to this qualification page. And this qualification page has something that's structured in like a type form, but I don't think it's a type form. It looks custom built. I might be wrong, but it looks custom built. So you can see here what he says is, apply for Founder OS Consult and get the proven systems you need to level up from whatever stage you're at to $100,000 per month and beyond. So here, what he's basically doing is asking you a series of questions that is going to determine if you're actually qualified to be in his program. And this is very important because if you have a sales team where you're taking the sales calls by yourself and you're hopping on calls with people who are unqualified for your offer, you're going to be wasting your time, and it's going to be stripping you of the opportunities of jumping on calls with people who are actually qualified for your offer and who are likely going to pay for your product or service and put money in your pockets. So it's very important that you have a qualification form before people actually get to schedule a call with you, because then if the answers that they give are not sufficient enough for them to join your program, then you can automatically disqualify them, and you don't have to jump on a call with them to disqualify them. So you're disqualifying them before they jump on a call with you. It's extremely important you understand that. So after you fill out this qualification, after you go through the whole process of qualification, you're going to be directed to this course CTA page, and here it just has a CTA that says, I'm interested, let's talk. So it's still the same headline and everything. It's just the last stage. And when you click on that, it's going to redirect you to the call page. This is not Calendly. I'm not sure what this is. It probably is HubSpot or something similar, but use that. Schedule a founder OS intro call and get the proven systems you need to level up from whatever stage you're at to $50,000 per month and beyond. Now, I'm not sure why they have $100,000 on one page and $50,000 on another. Maybe it's just an oversight. But at the end of the day, you understand the concepts of what they're trying to do. And also, I'm going to give you guys a load of tips. So you can see here, he's telling them to get the proven systems they need to level up from whatever stage they're at. This is an incentive to get people on the call, because people only do something when they know it's going to benefit them. Nobody takes an action just because they feel like taking it. They feel like it's going to benefit them in some way, right? Because naturally humans are selfish. So you want to always give people incentives to hop on a call. Even if the call is going to help them out, you still need to explain to them, okay, this is what you're getting out of the call. And that's why they're giving people this incentive to hop on a call, because when they see that they're going to get some systems, even if they don't buy on the call, they're still going to get the systems or get some information out of it. They're going to be inclined to book a call with you. So after that, they're obviously going to be added to a reminder sequence, because you always need to have a reminder sequence for whoever books a call with you, whether that be through SMS, whether that be WhatsApp, whether that be iMessage, email. You always need to make sure you're sending reminder sequences to ensure that they show up to the call. So ideally, for someone who has a personal brand like him, I think he's going to have very high show rates, because I have a personal brand and I have very high show rates. So I reckon someone like him will have very high show rates as well, because people already know, like, and trust them. It's different when it's cold traffic. You're trying to build trust with them. So the show rates for cold traffic are significantly less, because these people are coming from an ad. So you need to do more on the back end in terms of reminders to get them to show up on the call. So after the reminder sequences, they get to the sale, and I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure he has a sales team for how big he is, but basically it's either they close on a call or they don't close on a call, or maybe they're scheduling the second call after the first one. I'm not really sure how he runs the operation on that end, because I haven't scheduled a call with them before, but it's basically that they close or they don't. Now, that's the entire funnel. And I would love to hear you guys' feedback on the video. And also, if you need a funnel or landing page built for your info product, click the link below, schedule a call with my team, and I'm going to see if and how we can help you, because this is what we do and we're the best in the game. And also, remember, every single thing I just explained in this 18-minute or 19-minute video is going to be absolutely useless if you don't implement it. So you have to make sure that you're actually taking some notes. Rewatch this video if you have to. Take some notes and implement some parts of this, or even the whole funnel, implement it into your own business. And I'm definitely sure, like I'm 100% sure, you're going to get astounding results if you implement this correctly. And obviously it takes time. Content is more of a long game, and ads can get you customers, very quickly if you do it right. Content is more of a long game, but the returns are way more massive, when you compare it to ads. So that's the end of the video. Please, if you got any value out of this, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, I am going to be looking forward to you guys' feedback. Let me know in the comment section what you think. And with that being said, my name is Brilliance, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.